ndinoda kuti nyika isiwe vanhu vangu inguva yedu hatingatadzi kubudirira mwari ari parutivi pedu rambai muchirwa my hitters gon' die, don't die, the real hitters gon' shine and my people gon' rise, cause we're born to win, yeah, they say it's for the same.
Loyalty's my favorite characteristic of God, but finding it in it is hard. It's like trying to find God. You're the only one in your camp with cheese. You pay for everything they eat. Man, that insecurity is deep. Now I ain't said no names. These are just theories. If you hear me, baby, it's home. You must admit it's kinda eerie, baby. Like them chemtrails in the sky. Hate the selling the slaves, kinda like the combines. We say everything in moderation, but don't do it in moderation. The lies of a gluttonous generation. 10-year-old girl in.
Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to The Day with Trae. So happy to be with y'all. I've been with y'all all week, but don't worry, y'all. Trae will be back next Monday. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to Converge Media. We have a jam-packed show for you today. I have my girl, Shanelle Leonard. I'm going to say it again. Shanelle Leonard. She is an actress, and her journey, y'all, is amazing. She's starring in the Little Shop of Horrors, being played in the Everett Theater. And we'll get more information about that later. But in the meantime, let's get into some of these events that are going on this weekend. She gave me that look, so we got to wait. So we do have the prosecuting attorney's race that is coming up, and we need to have a forum for it. Shalee Anderson, along with NAACP King County, Community Passageways, Vocal Washington, just to name a few, and Bill 206, I forgot about my brothers, will be facilitating and hosting a candidate forum for the prosecuting attorney's race. We did have Lisa Mannion in here a couple of weeks ago discussing that, but we need to hear from both of them, the brothers and sisters from there. So please feel free, if you have more questions, please feel free to reach out to me or any representative from the NAACP King County Political Action Space. The next event that we have is a Space Inside. Of course, partnering with the Space Inside, me and your girl V Moore will be hosting a night of wellness, a night of speakeasy. So poetry, singing, rapping, dancing, and really just community expression. Doors open around 7:30. Please feel free to reach out to Moni Love or Sierra with more questions. All right, now it's the thriller of the night. Now it's going to be Happy Halloween over there with my people from Cloud Rendezvous. They have an event coming up. Usually they're out there passing their hookahs. This week, that particular week during the Halloween weekend, they will be at the Polka Bar. It's their second annual event. For more information, please reach out to Club Rendezvous. And last but not least, tomorrow, Space Inside and Bill 206 are partnering together to do a Health is Wealth workshop. Sierra, this girl just does double duty. So she'll be having more discussions with you about self-care and self-worth. Now, for more information, please check out bill206.com. It is so Friday here. That's why I'm stumbling with my words, and I'm so happy to have Shanelle here. But we're going to take a quick break, and let me get a little bit of water because I'm a bit parched. You are watching The Day with Trae.
Get ready, everyone. October 24th and 25th, Converge Media is heading right back to the Fairmount Theater. Join me, Besa Gordon, Aaron Calligraphy, Trae Holiday, and the entire Converge Media family as we once again broadcast live with conversations on art, culture, mental health, community issues, and more. Trust me, you won't want to miss a single moment. Head over to whereweconverge.com for more information, and we will see you October 24th and 25th, streaming live across all Converge Media platforms.
Community, it's been 3 years since we've been able to celebrate in person at our annual Evening of Choice. And this year at Access in Pioneer Square on October 19th at 6 p.m., we will be back together again, celebrating our journey, healing towards justice. This past couple of years have been incredibly difficult for our young people and our community at large. And one thing that has become clear and absolutely true is there's one way forward that brings all of us together, and that's as we heal. And when our young people heal, they're truly able to become who it is they've been purposed to be. So on this evening, you'll hear stories of our young people, hear the evolution of our organization as we emphasize healing in our cause. And together we will celebrate another year of impact and growth as we journey towards justice together. Again, it's at Access in Pioneer Square, 6 p.m. on October 19th, and live streaming will be available through YouTube at I Choose 180.
Basically, fam, believe in giving. Like, we have to be willing to give more, and people seem to always think giving means money, but nah, bro. It's like you can give time, you can give understanding, you can give access, you can give a listening ear and an open heart. You can give and share your God-given gifts and talents, but you just got to give.
Welcome back, y'all, to The Day with Trae. I got to get that right. The Day with Trae. My next guest, I'm so happy to have here, actress, singer, starring in The Little Shop of Horrors, Shanelle Leonard.
Hey, y'all.
How are you doing, sister?
I'm good. Happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you here.
Aww.
Now, I know that you are currently playing in Little Shop of Horrors, and I do want to talk to you about that. But before that, I just want community to know who you are, because we talk so much. People are so focused on usually sports in our community, right? But there is a need for us to push more in the areas of arts. And you grew up here in Seattle, right?
Yes, born and raised, went to Rainier Beach.
Rainier Beach?
04 for sure.
And how was the drama class there?
Oh, that was the drama.
The drama was real.
Well, the drama was the drama. No, the drama class actually was. It was up and coming. I feel like we were kind of like they were just beginning to put the arts back into Rainier Beach High School, because I remember we had someone, I think her name was Dr. T. Do you remember her?
Dr. T, yes.
Yeah,
I remember her.
she
She's
came.
amazing.
She taught us like the fundamentals of acting. I think we were just a little too rambunctious for her, and so she kind of like this is too much. So she pieced out on us. But I do remember her like giving me that little seed, that little nugget of like, oh, I can actually do this as a career. So I remember we were like just starting out to beginning to do the arts at Rainier Beach. So I didn't get a lot of learning from the arts from there, but that's kind of where the seed was planted.
Yeah, and seed was planted, but you kept on growing, right? So what has that journey been like from here to now? Like you are currently, I think I've seen you on a Hulu show recently.
Yeah, it was on Hulu. It's called Shrill.
Okay. Yes, Shrill.
Yeah, it's called Shrill. It was like I did like 2 episodes of that. So that actually was probably like the first time I was on television, besides the commercials and things of that nature. But it's been a journey. Let me just tell you, this is not for the weak. Okay. But it's been a journey. So like after high school, I was trying to, we were trying to figure out what we wanted to do with our lives. Yeah. And so I took a long hiatus, but eventually I went to community college. And that's when I started taking acting classes. And then from there on, I was like, oh shoot, I can do this. And so then I went to Cornish College of the Arts, downtown here in Seattle. And then from there, I was like, I want to get my master's in theater and acting so that I could be able to teach one day. And so then I went to UNC at North Carolina and got my master's in acting and theater. And then from there, did showcase, got an agent, and then I started auditioning and things of that nature. And then things kind of started to take off from there.
Yeah. That was a lot. But
sorry.
Yeah. When I'm saying that, it's like, yes. And going through that process, right, you're still doing auditions. So can you walk people through like what that process is like?
Yeah.
She looks a little traumatized. Like this.
Audition is probably my least favorite, but you have to learn to love it. You know what I mean? Especially if you want to do this. So I have auditions coming from my agent, but as well as when I get work here in Seattle, Washington, it's usually through the casting director here, because I've built relationships with them here, in my hometown. And so the casting director will send out an email and say, hey, we think you'll be good for this role. Can you audition for this? And if I'm in New York, then I'll send in a self-tape. But if I'm not in New York, then I'll come in, to audition. I'll send in a tape. And if they like me, then they'll be like, hey, we're interested in you. And we want to put you on board. Are you available for these dates? And then, you handle the business side of things.
Yeah.
But the business side of things, you know what I'm saying? But if you have, my audition comes from my agent, they'll have you like it's a website called Casting Networks, and they'll put up like the auditions on there, and you'll send in a self-tape. And if they like you, they'll usually have a callback audition. Either they'll have you come in person with the director, or they'll have you send in another tape if you're not local. And then from there, if they like you, then you just you work with the agent to fill out the money things and things of that nature, the housing, the
coin.
transportation, the
Yeah.
coins. Yes.
Yes.
The most important. No, that's not the most important. But so yeah, it's like you have an agent who kind of like does that back work for you. But if it's something that I get on my own, which is like my hometown, the agent doesn't communicate that with me. You know what I mean? Because I did it myself. The agent didn't necessarily get me the audition.
Self.
Yeah. So it's good to have like all areas so that you constantly have auditions coming in from your agent, from yourself, all that.
And see, and you being your own agent at one point, right? So doing Beauty and the Beast. I remember Trae talking so much about that play and just like, everybody needs to come. And I'm like, oh my gosh, my girl is in that play. Can you tell us about that experience? Because that was the first bell for the Fifth Avenue Theater's rendition of that. What was that like?
It was such an amazing experience. For one, growing up here and always going to like the Fifth Avenue Theater shows and like always dreaming like one day I hope to be on that stage. And it took about 30 years, but it took a while, but eventually it happened. But it was so great to see so many people of color being celebrated and not just tolerated, but celebrated, and like being able to have a Black director, a woman Black director. And
who's your
so her name is Jay Wood. She's amazing. She really allowed us to be ourselves and bring all of who we were to it versus putting something on for the white gaze. It was like we were able to be ourselves and bring that to the table. And it was like, you gonna like it or you gonna, like it or not. This is who we are, and it should be celebrated. And so it was a great experience just to like to be celebrated and not feel like I had to be whitewashed or put something on in order for the white audience to enjoy it.
Does that happen often?
No.
Sometimes, but has that? I affirm for me, but how does that feel to have to not water yourself down? How's that been feeling lately?
It feels great because it doesn't happen often. I noticed like in grad school, my first experience with it was with an Indian director. His name is Saheem. He's actually the artistic director for the Public Theater in New York City. He's amazing. And he was the first person to be like, well, how would you say this? Okay, say it like that. Don't say it like you think it should be said. Like, how would Shanelle say this? And I'm like, I would say it like that. He's like, yes, do that. And so that was the first time I experienced like my voice matters and how I say things like, it can read as still as entertaining and people can still get it just because it's, coming from how I would say it. So that was the first time where I got the experience of like, oh, like I don't have to put something on in order to work. You know what I mean? So yeah. What was the question? No,
you answered. You answered it fine. And I mean, and you were also doing plays out there in North Carolina. What were some of those plays?
Yeah. I did Sense and Sensibility. I played Eleanor in that. I did.
Was that the Kate Winslet role? I watched the movie.
Yeah. Okay. You better know. Sorry. Wait, good job, Deaunte. You better do your homework. But yes, that is that role. Yeah. So that's iconically played by a white woman as well. So that was a challenge because I had a British accent and I had to talk like this and all of that, and it was like difficult because all of the work that I've seen people do before was like white women. So I found myself even putting on the voice. And even then the director's like, no, how would you say it? So then I dropped my register. I'm like, I would say it like this. So anyway, it's been a journey as well with that. But I did Sense and Sensibility. I did Tartuffe. I did My Fair Lady. I did a bunch of plays. I'm sorry, I'm drawing blank.
No, it's okay. The resume big. I just wanted to I needed you to just say your little resume. Like I ain't just doing one play. I'm booked.
I've been doing plays for a while now. I was like, ooh, I've been doing plays. Sometimes it's good to like look back though. I'm like, wow, I have been doing a lot of plays.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I got a lot of my experience from, was in grad school doing plays. And like, I did Dodd, I did Skeleton Crew. Sorry, they're all coming back to me now.
Okay.
But yeah.
Resume big. So
funny.
but we do know Little Shop of Horrors is coming up. So when we get back, I'll talk to Shanelle Leonard a little bit more about Little Shop of Horrors and what's next. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Get ready, everyone. October 24th and 25th, Converge Media is heading right back to the Paramount Theater. Join me, Besa Gordon, Eric Calligraphy, Trae Holiday, and the entire Converge Media family as we once again broadcast live with conversations on art, culture, mental health, community issues, and more. Trust me, you won't want to miss a single moment. Head over to whereweconverge.com for more information, and we will see you October 24th and 25th, streaming live across all Converge media platforms.
Community, it's been 3 years since we've been able to celebrate in person at our annual Evening of Choice. And this year at Access in Pioneer Square on October 19th at 6 p.m., we will be back together again, celebrating our journey, healing towards justice. This past couple of years have been incredibly difficult for our young people and our community at large. And one thing that has become clear and absolutely true is there's one way forward that brings all of us together, and that's as we heal. And when our young people heal, they're truly able to become who it is they've been purposed to be. So on this evening, you'll hear stories of our young people, hear the evolution of our organization as we emphasize healing in our cause. And together we will celebrate another year of impact and growth as we journey towards justice together. Again, it's at Access in Pioneer Square, 6 p.m. on October 19th, and live streaming will be available through YouTube at I Choose 180.
I'm so sorry. I like the Weird at Night song. I'm over here just dancing with Shanelle Nicole, actress, singer, friend. I just love your journey, Shanelle, from your friends and family and people that have grown up with you, have just watched you just flourish. And we were just talking about the first bail at the Fifth Avenue, but you're on a journey as one of the first Audreys for Little Shop of Horrors out here in Western Washington. Yeah. What is that experience like?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been actually a journey as well within itself, because, you know, I think some people weren't necessarily ready for that, but also, when I say some people, I mean Issaquah, maybe. Yeah. I don't know if that area, because, you know, it's predominantly white people, but I feel as if they're learning to accept the change that's happening. But yeah, it's been a great journey. And it's actually one of my first big roles that I played in a musical. So it's like a lot of singing. Yes, so that alone has been like a journey for me, because I'm learning to like trust myself and trust my voice. And we're like, oh, I can sing. Like, you know, I didn't believe I could sing for a long time. So
Shanelle, people have known you for years, and I promise you, and I went to go see the play myself with me and my date.
Shout out to the date.
Shout out to the date. But it was really great to hear your voice. I've known you for a long time, and Community's known you for a long time, but girl, you can sing.
It's so funny.
Can you give me a sample?
No. Buy a ticket at the Village Theather. You want to come see? Yeah, no, but
I understand.
No, were you serious? You really want to?
No.
Okay.
No, but could you?
Deaunte.
Okay, I got you. I ain't gonna do this.
I haven't warmed up. Like, okay. Don't put me on the spot like that. Okay. But you guys can come see the show. But also, like, I grew up singing in church, and things of that nature, and so I would always be around these powerhouse voices, all these runs and stuff, and so I always like, I can't sing like that, you know. So I always had a bit of insecurity around singing, but then I learned to, like, once I trust myself and just opened up my voice, like, oh, I can sing. So yeah, it's been a journey. That has been like the biggest like aha moment for me. It's like, oh, I have a voice, and it's actually beautiful, and I can believe that and trust that.
Yeah. And I just listen, I was blown away with that play, and let alone the cast. What is it like? First of all, I'm watching some of the videos like on the stories from Village Theater. You guys just look like you guys are having such a great time, like a family unit. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's so fun. Everyone is just like, it's always nice when you work with good people, like good-hearted people, no egos. Everyone just wants the show to be good. And so everyone has like a team kind of attitude. And so it's been like that from the jump. Our director, he kind of cultivated an environment to where everyone, like, how are you doing today? Like check-ins and things of that nature. And I think that kind of from the jump created a family atmosphere within the group. And so it's been great. From the choreographer, from Randy.
I love Randy.
We love you. From the director to the choreographer to even the artistic director, he's been also very welcoming and things of that nature. And so it feels like a family, like everyone's really taking care of each other. Yeah. Even I feel like I made some friends for life, honestly, through this
Yeah.
process. So yeah.
And I'm just so proud of you. Community is so proud of you and your journey and how you just keep going. But I know that there are like youth out there that arts are not pushed like how they used to be, right? And even we went to Rainier Beach, so it's more so pushed in the areas of sports. And now watching you strive for it, can you give any of kids out there any advice?
I love that question. Thanks for asking that. I would say first of all, find a community that uplifts you and that lets you know that you can do it if this is something that you really want to take seriously. I know growing up, I didn't have someone who like kind of guided me and let me know like, hey, you can do this for real. Until I found one church lady, I ain't gonna say her name, but she was amazing. And she let me know that if I wanted to do this, I can pursue it. And this is how you do it. These are the steps you need to take. You need to study it. So I would say if this is something that you sincerely want to take seriously, find a community or find someone who has done it. You can always reach out to me. I can always guide you in the right direction or write the classes to take, things of that nature. But I would say just keep pushing and keep looking for opportunities to expound on your gift and to really build that confidence so that when the opportunities do come, you're ready. So classes, improv, even if you can't afford in a class, I would watch Angela Bassett all the time and just, mimic what she would do. So there's ways to learn without necessarily having to pay for it as well. But yeah.
Do you still teach classes?
That is something that after this show is done, that is something I definitely want to do within the community again. I want to provide classes for inner city children who can't necessarily afford it. And also just guidance on like steps to take if you want to take this seriously, how to book a commercial, how to, get on TV, things of that nature. So that's definitely something that I'm looking to do as far as like coaching and things of that nature. So thank you for asking that as well. Nice little plug. Shanelle Nicole, actor.com. No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's the plug. And then also, it's as you are on this journey, are there people that so on another show, do you want to shout out people? Are there people out there that have helped you get to this space? It's a great time to shout those folks.
Well, my mom, for one, Beatrice Leonard, she always encouraged me, even when she didn't have the money to provide for classes and things of that nature. She always told me to pursue it and was like, she would always push me to do this because she knew I was gifted. I was always dramatic from the jump. And so she was like, no, this is something in you. So you need to push for it. So my mom, Beatrice Leonard, for sure. Who else? I would give a shout out to Saheem, the first director, who told me that my voice is beautiful. And he really gave me the confidence to trust myself. And all the church mothers growing up in the church.
Which church?
Cedar Abraham Pentecostal Church over there in Renton, Washington. No, I'm just kidding. I won't give the address. But yeah, they still support me to this day. Like a group of them are still coming to the play. And so all of my aunties and uncles that raised me in that church, they really uplifted me and let me know that I have a gift and that it can be used for God's glory and it can be used just in general. So yeah, shout out to them.
So proud of you, girl.
Oh, I love you.
So before we get out of here, I just wanted can you look in the camera and just tell people how they can be able to support this one right here?
Okay.
How they can be able to support you and your efforts and where we can see you next.
Yeah. So this one? Okay, great. So you can go to Village. Thank you, y'all. I cannot see where y'all pointing. You can go to villagetheater.com and you can purchase tickets for the show. It'll be running up until Issaquah till the end of this month. And then it'll also be running in Everett until the end of November. So you can go on villagetheater.com and purchase tickets there. Also, I have a website called ShanelleNicoleActor.com where you can actually sign up for coaching if you're interested in personal coaching, as well as see some of the clippings and reviews and things of that nature that are on my website. So yeah, or just Google me. Hey.
Or just Google me. I love you.
I love you more.
Community loves you.
I love you too.
I'm just so happy to just watch you continue to flourish. I'm not gonna go too deep, but
we've been through some things,
but just to watch you are amazing, Shanelle, and it's only gonna go up from here. And I'm just so proud of you.
Proud of you too.
And y'all ain't gonna catch me crying Friday. So on that note, on Monday, Trae will be back. And Trae, We miss you, honey. I have a newfound respect for you. This is some work, y'all. The morning show, which has helped develop all these other shows in the area of Converge. I just appreciate you and and Eric and Daryl and all the people who have been here in the areas of Converge. Curtis, you are the MVP, brother. But Monday, Trae will be back. You've been watching The Day with Trae. She'll be here Monday.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.